What's up, guys? We got Pavel. Pavel got Datamine and the 5-star artifact that will be with him. So I'll talk about his stats. I'll talk about where he shines in the game, like should you pull or not, basically, and you know, maybe heroes that are better than him, heroes that just do his job better and don't get countered. Yeah, because his kit actually deal AoE damage. Anyways, we're gonna talk about this. So thanks to YufineThrowaway on Reddit. You can go in this post. The link is in the description and say thanks. So here we go. Here, that's Pavel. That's the artifact. And here we go. Side story: 2 wolves. The artifact is called Dux Noctis. It's actually pretty good. It's for rangers only. It's 5-star. And it increased the attack of the caster by between 1% to 2%. So if it's maxed out, it's going to be 2%. If it's at plus 15 enhanced, it's going to be 1.5%. When an ally makes a critical hit, effect can only stack up to 12 times. So this is going to be good in longer battles. You can also use this potentially in a cleave if he's going like sort of last, but he scales off of speed. So yeah, probably not the best way to build him. So I would say this is more for PvE when you don't need Daydream Joker, when the targets don't have that much HP. You want that constant attack buff that will scale with, I mean, it's gonna work with attack buff. This is a different type of passive attack increase, basically. So, okay, Pavel, 5-star ranger, Earth. Zodiac sign is Virgo, and his devotion skill, 3.6% attack for your teammates. Slot 1, 2, 3, and 4. Self-devotion, his self-memory imprint is starting at 6% attack. So if you want to squeeze a bit more damage with him, there you go. Personalities, loyal and cool-headed. Camping topics, belief and heroic tale. I feel like he's gonna be pretty good in terms of synergy during camping. Like, he should be able to give quite a bit of morale. I hope that's the case, because I feel like that's gonna be a good hero for the Labyrinth in the raids, especially with the self attack buff on his skill 2. Well, let's go through his skills here together. Skill 1, sorry. Hurricane Sword strikes the enemy with a gun with a 60% chance to decrease hit chance for 1 turn. This goes up to 75% chance with skill ups. Damage dealt increases proportional to the caster's speed. So he scales off of speed, so speed will give him an extra bit of damage. And he also scales, of course, off of attack. And I wanted to talk about his stats though, because he is the same zodiac sign as Luluca, which is a 5-star ranger. So his attack will be 1,283, which is very, very high. His speed will be 124. This is good. This is really good. Assassin Coley has 126. Sid has 126. This is definitely in the higher tier of speed, so that's very good. His HP, his health is at 4,976, and his defense is at 536. Crit chance 15%, critical hit damage 150%. So let's go through skill 2 and 3 here. Skill 2, Storm Bullet, fires fires a strong blast of wind at all enemies. Damage dealt increased proportional to the caster's speed. And when you upgrade this thing after the awakening, it grants the caster increased attack for 2 turns before firing a strong blast of wind at all enemies. Damage dealt increases proportional to the caster's speed. So the thing is, he's gonna get the attack buff for skill 2 and for skill 3 if you're gonna be soul burning. If you want to do that, you know, initialize with him, high base speed, definitely not hard to go first, especially in Guild Wars and PvP. Then you soul burn is gonna cost you 20 souls, so you will need Tagihil's Ancient Book on a mage to actually do the combo. But yeah, that's actually quite good that he's getting the attack buff before dealing the damage with skill 2. But it also means that he will lose 1 turn on the buff. And then when he uses skill 3, that's it, the buff is gone. But you've done your job basically with this hero. So cooldown on this is 4 turns before skill ups. After it's 3 turns. If you do soul burn to get the extra turn, it's basically 2 turn cooldown at that point. So that's very cool. Skill 3, Destructive Pursuit. Swiftly cuts and shoots the enemy when the enemy is not an elite or boss monster. Damage sharing effects are ignored. Damage dealt increases proportional to the caster's speed. So basically, Seaside Bellona damage sharing effect, it won't work. Ordeus, the 3-star light golem, Ethan, he's got 30% damage redirect onto him from the team. And Seaside Bellona, she's got the damage sharing with the frontliner. And Troublemaker Crozet, ML Crozet, he's got 50% damage sharing with the backliner. So he's able to counter that all those effects. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool because it definitely ups those heroes' survival by a lot when those effects are in play. So here we have the skill ups on this. Yeah, 4 turn cooldown after skill ups, and the speed multipliers for skill 1, 2, and 3 are as follow here at the bottom: 0.075%, 0.1125%, and 0.15%. So yeah, definitely the damage on this hero, like the multipliers, they are on the lower side. But you have to take into account that you have to take into consideration that his attack is at 1283. So that's a lot. And he has the self attack buff for 2 turns before dealing the damage with skill 2. So when you take those 2 things into consideration, it should be alright. It should be alright. Now, in terms of damage increase from the skill ups, we have on skill 1, 20% damage increase. On skill 2, we have 30% damage increase out of this here. And skill 3 is 30% damage increase. So now you can use this hero in multiple areas of the game, like Banshee. You can bring him in raids, normal, hell raids, Automated Tower. Well, that's a joke, but you can bring him in there. You can farm with him. He's got skill 2 to AoE, but you know, there's better options. Even like, I feel like even for like Banshee, there's better options. Yeah, and he does have some utility with his skill 1, decrease hit chance, 75% chance for 1 turn. It's okay, it's okay. Most likely gonna be used for PvE, can be useful for PvP. Of course, you're not gonna be running a bunch of effectiveness on this hero, because that's the only thing effectiveness will help you with, is landing this debuff. All the other skills, they're not gonna do anything like that. That effectiveness will not help you there. But definitely a hero that can go first, like in a guild war or an arena. You go first with him, you skill 2, you cleave their team, you have the attack buff before, so increase damage there, and then skill 3 deals a ton of damage. The multiplier on skill 3 is also, I mean, it's not that high, but it's like I said, high attack base plus the attack buff should make it work, you know. And yeah, you can easily take out Seaside Bellona, but the problem is, let's say there's Charles, you're triggering his Elbrus Ritual Sword, he's countering your face with a skill 1. Now, you might get attack broken if he doesn't kill you with the trigger into skill 2. Now, you will need immunity set on this hero, because if you don't have it, stun will get you, provoke will get you, dispel will take out your attack buff. I mean, there's different ways for this hero to die. Martial artists can straight up countering him and killing him. I mean, his base survival at 4,976 HP and 536 defense, there's not a lot of room in your stats for you to increase your survival, to be honest, because if you're gonna be building him with high speed, high crit damage, and attack, I mean, that's already like so many stats. So his survival will be quite low. And yeah, he will end up just dying unless you're getting like a skill nullifier on him, or maybe using that artifact that applies a barrier based on the knight's HP. The one that got released with Lilius. I can open that up as I'm giving you guys my thoughts about this hero. I mean, if you don't have, like, let's say Charles for Banshee, he could be that hero that allow you to just clear Banshee 11 maybe. So you can bring him in multiple areas of the game, PvE and PvP. Now, I feel like if you're gonna be using him, you should rely on the fact that he's got that self-attack buff. So maybe you don't want to bring any attack buffer in the group, especially in Guild Wars. That's huge because he can take out someone straight off the bat. Let's say you pair him with Challenger Domino, which has Tagihil's Ancient Book maxed out, 20 souls right there, so you can actually do your combo. He goes first, takes out Seaside Bellona, or maybe if she's not there, another, hopefully an ice hero, or it doesn't matter as long as it's not fire. He's probably gonna delete that hero unless like they're very tanky, which means you're probably gonna ignore them until the end or something like that. But he's definitely gonna be able to deal a lot of damage and take out a big threat. The thing is, I don't know if he's gonna be able to kill an Arbiter Vildred with skill 2 and then kill again with skill 3. I mean, skill 3 will kill. The prime is, will skill 2 do enough damage? That's the question. Now, you have to deal with Moonlight Dreamblade on Arbiter Vildred. Maybe there's Assassin Cartuja increasing his evasion. Then, I mean, that's it. Like, if he doesn't do it, if he doesn't cut it with skill 2, then you have to, abort mission, or just go for the kill, but then you still have to deal with him. So that's it. He doesn't really provide utilities beside that decreased hit chance. I mean, it's not a Luluca that is packed with like utilities. Of course, he does deal damage, and he will deal quite a bit of damage, especially to the team overall, the total amount of damage, because he does cleave with skill 2, and then there's that big burst with skill 3. But there's better heroes for dealing like burst damage to take out a hero straight off the bat that doesn't rely on cleaving the team first. And that's the thing. Assassin Coley, she does require 20 souls to do it. Just over 1,000 attack on her base, 126 speed, 2 speed higher than him. Of course, she's a Moonlight hero 4-star, but when she does Soul Burn, it doubles her skill 3 damage, and she deals so much damage. She has 50% damage increase from skill ups as well. So yeah, Assassin Coley is getting the attack buff from her passive. If you go first with her, she's getting that attack buff because you don't have any debuff on her, and then she's just gonna destroy that target. She doesn't rely on that cleave initially to get the attack buff and deal a bit of damage to do the big burst with skill 3. So there's that, as well as like Sid's the same deal. You can soul burn for only 10 souls, and his multipliers are, they're much higher. But the thing is, he doesn't have the attack buff. You will rely on someone else to buff you. So this hero by himself, if built properly, he will, like, his gear ceiling is very high, but if you go first, you will definitely delete that like Seaside Bellona, that pesky high threat hero, that high threat damage dealer hero. That's good. That's very good. But there's many ways it could fail, or you could be stopped after using skill 2 from a counter. Counter set, Elbrus Ritual Sword, counter attack. Charles will definitely give you a very hard time there. You definitely need, like, I would definitely go speed set and immunity set on him. You don't have a choice with the immunity set. if you're going to be going first. There's just so many ways it could go wrong if you don't have it. But I mean, if you think about the arena 4v4, then like all they need is a martial artist can to stop you. They have a Charles. You've got that, you know, what if he does trigger it? What if what if he triggers the Elbrus? What if skill 1 goes into skill 2? What if? So Arbiter Vildred, if he's in the team too, I mean, if you're not doing it with skill 2, if you're not killing him to double tap him, then there's that as well. You will require, the thing is, you do require a mage with Tagil's Ancient Book maxed out, or 2 of them that are not maxed out, because like, yeah, you probably want to go first with him. Yeah, so it's kind of hard to decide if he's a good hero for you. It really depends on what you already have in your roster. There have been a lot of Earth heroes before him, so you will have to really think about it. But of course, a lot of players will be pulling just because it's Pavel, you know, Husbando and all of that. So good luck to you guys. Well, good luck to everyone trying to pull for him. He's not limited, so I mean, you could just wait up and see what happens in the future. I feel, yes, his multipliers are on the lower side, but because of the high base attack plus the self-attack buff, it makes up for it. If you feel like he will help you in multiple areas of the game, places where you are struggling in, if you feel like he will fill multiple roles in multiple places, then yeah, you by all means go and pull for him, especially if you already have the Molagora saved up and all that. But definitely, like, I feel like he shines the most, you know, in Guild Wars. He's gonna be great in offense, can definitely just delete someone. But I mean, if they're pairing like that Seaside Bellona with Arbiter Vildred, if they're pairing her with Charles, or if you don't have immunity set and they're gonna trigger a counter and mess you up, then that's gonna be a problem. So yeah, you have to look at his whole kit as a whole. If you look at just pure damage, like, yes, he does get beaten by, you know, Assassin Coley, which doesn't require that cleave. But overall, I feel like he's a pretty solid hero. He will definitely see quite a bit of play, mostly, of course, in offense, in PvP. But in PvE, I feel like he can definitely be an asset to your team. Especially the fact that you don't have to bring an attack buffer. He can fill that role by himself. And yeah, so you can bring him in the Abyss as well. It's just that the attack buff there is not that helpful, especially the higher floors does require Daydream Joker to have damage that scales based on the target's max HP. And beside pure damage, you know, that decreased hit chance, yes, it's useful. But yeah, it's useful. The defense down debuff is definitely much more helpful, but for a, you know, survival, you know, utility debuff, yeah, it could help your team to survive definitely. But decreased hit chance debuff doesn't actually work in the hunts against the boss. Against the ads it works, but on the boss, when you have this debuff on, they will not miss you. When a miss happens, they will deal 70% of their normal damage. They cannot land a critical hit. They cannot, yeah, they cannot land any debuff. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. But yeah, not something that you can definitely rely on. It's only one turn, and not something you can rely on in PvE, PvP so much. But in PvE, it can definitely come in handy. And I'll close on here. That's the artifact. Dux Noctis. So there's Pavel on it, and from the data mine. And this is the artifacts icon. So yeah, that's it for this one, guys. I will do another video that's more in depth with multipliers and give more thoughts about the whole, yeah, about this hero, Pavel, and if you should pull for him. I'll break down the numbers for you guys, and so you have a better idea if you should pull or not. Maybe it does clarify like how much damage he can really do, but yeah, he should happen in the update in 1 week. So let us know what you think in the comment section, guys. That's going to be it for this one. Thanks for watching. I'm Astranox. Like, comment, and subscribe for more. Press the bell icon to be notified whenever I release a new video, and check out my other videos. They should be showing up on the screen now. I got playlists of all sorts: Arena, Guild Wars, Guide, Tips, and How-Tos, and Abyss Floor 62+, as well as best starter guides with tips for fast progression for my early to mid-game players. So check that out if you still haven't. And join my Discord server. We have almost 1,000 members now. So if you have questions and all that, you want to share stuff about Epic 7 or even about other games, there's a channel for that. Alright, good luck with all you do. Peace out for now.